Yo, yo, yo. Like apples? Good. Like Nutella? Great. Like cheesecake? Awesome. Let's put them all together, shall we? Welcome to Mama Reubo's kitchen. So this recipe is really pretty simple. You can whip these up in no time. I think the hardest part of this recipe is just like waiting for the cream cheese to soften, or maybe like hollowing out the apple cups. I don't know. You be the judge. Now, honestly, I actually haven't had these as a unit. I've always just made them for a gift. But I have had them separately, and they're delicious on their own, so I can imagine they're amazing together. So that being said, let's get into it. And we're gonna start with the cheesecake part. Okay, so I have a stand mixer here, and you can use a hand mixer if you have it, but I actually don't own a hand mixer, so stand mixer it is. So in the stand mixer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in some softened cream cheese. And then here I have Nutella, and this is about 2/3 cup of Nutella. Now I'm just going to beat those together until they're nice and creamy and combined. And just make sure that you stop at least once to scrape down the bowl. Okay, that's looking good. Now what I want to do is I have some ground nutmeg that I'm going to add. And I have a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. I'm just going to beat those just until they're well combined. Alright, that looks good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer this to another bowl, and then we're going to fold in the whipped cream. Alrighty, and so I just have some whipped cream, and I'm just going to go ahead and fold that in. Now when you're folding in, what you want to do is you want to scrape from the bottom and then fold onto the top. You don't want to stir it because what that will do is that will deflate the whipped cream, and then it'll just not be light and airy as you want it to be. And we're just going to fold this until it's one homogeneous mixture. So the cheesecake filling is a no-bake cheesecake, so you don't need the oven. All you have to do is put it in the refrigerator, and it'll firm up that way. Alrighty, that looks good, so I'm just going to put this in the refrigerator to chill while I get the apples ready. So I have some apples here, and I have Fuji apples, but you can use whatever apples that you like. The sweeter the better, because I mean, it's a sweet dessert. Why not a sweet apple? Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut off the tops, and then we're going to scoop out the insides to create kind of an apple cup for the cheesecake to go inside. And you want to try to get it as evenly as possible, but I mean, I'm human. It's not going to be perfect. Definitely not even. You know what? That's as close as it's gonna get, okay? Alright, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and get the inside scooped out. Now you can use a spoon, but I like to use an ice cream scoop just because it makes it a lot easier. And you just wanna make sure that you leave some flesh around the walls and don't go through the bottom. And there you go, the perfect little vessel for your cheesecake. Now, what you want to do first is spray these with some lemon juice, just so that they don't brown. So I have like a cute little spray bottle with some lemon juice in it. I'm just going to spritz it all over. There we go. I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to complete the rest. gonna grab my cheesecake out of the fridge and we'll get everything assembled. All right, so I have my cheesecake out of the fridge, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to scoop it into my apples and get everything assembled. So I'm just gonna use the same ice cream scoop just because it'll make it easier. There we go, cheesecake filled apples. So I'm gonna get the rest of these filled up and then we're gonna enjoy. All right, now it's time to give it a shot. Nice and creamy, just like cheesecake. That Nutella, that is a strong Nutella flavor. It's nice and creamy, just like cheesecake is. I mean, get a little bit of the apple in there with it. Or just dive right in. Yep. Now that I've had this as a unit, that is deliciousness in an apple. Thank you, Bunches, for joining me in my kitchen. Hit that like button if you liked being here, and if you want to join me again, consider subscribing. That bell button, that will give you notice. Comment what apples you would definitely like to try, and send me your recipe pics on all my social media. And I will see you back here for more deliciousness.